In India, every occasion of celebration turns into a festival, not private, but public, encompassing one and all, resulting in noise and more noise, leading to a scourge called noise pollution. This invisible pollutant reaches a peak, especially during the festival time, without people realizing the effects it has on them.
Excessive noise can affect every system of the body, the central nervous system, that is the brain and the nerves, the mind, the endocrinological glands of the body. It can affect the cardiac system, the growth of the fetus, and might cause a missed abortion.
Perhaps it is the only situation where the victims at times become the perpetrators and the perpetrators victims. But those lodging a complaint have often met with dire consequences, deterring others from protesting. H.S. DeLima was yet another victim of noise pollution, residing in one of the most congested and overcrowded areas of Mumbai since birth, till he decided to take a stand.
Some 20-25 years back, a politician by the name of Ismail Makwana started what they call a Moram vast celebration 2 days after Moram. And he would put up a stage, benches, chairs and all were laid out. The road was blocked. They would start that microphone, the loudspeakers at about 9 p.m. playing tapes of their religious hymns or songs. And the mullah would come at 11 o'clock and begin his sermon, screaming over the mic right up to 1 a.m. After that, they would start cooking on the road, laying out 10-12 pots. The road was closed for 2 days. When you use horn-type loudspeakers, 4 or 5 of them tied onto the lampposts, and you scream into a mic at a full volume, full blast, what does it do? It shatters your nerves. I used to keep all my doors and windows closed, right? Even that could not keep the sound out. But the fear prevented me from doing anything further.
ये हिंदुस्तान है, ये आज़ाद मुल्क है, हर एक को आज़ादी है अपने धर्म को मनाने के लिए। जब हर एक को आज़ादी है तो आप किसी के धर्म पे पाबंदी नहीं लगा सकते हैं कि अभी ऐसा कर रहे हैं तो हम इनको हरासा करें। आप भी कीजिए, हम कहाँ आपको हरासा करने जा रहे हैं।
They took advantage of this fear and started another function called Sandal on 26th of January 1997. That time I decided now enough is enough. I have got to put an end to this. Otherwise, every second day I am going to have a religious function or some nuisance here because these people are taking advantage. So I decided to put fear into God's hands.
After bearing it for 13 years, finally in 1998, DeLima approached Firoz Muhammad, president of the Gulzar Niyaz committee.
I told him, I said, you hold this function here every year. This is a public road. Do you have the authority, the permission to hold this function? So he turns around and tells me, what the bloody hell is it to you? He says, तुमको क्या करने का, क्या तकलीफ आए? इधर किसी को तकलीफ नहीं है तो तुमको क्या तकलीफ आए? क्यों पूछता है हमको? तुम कौन है पूछने को? He started telling me all that. So I said, हम कौन है? हम इधर के रहने वाला है और हम पब्लिक है और हमको ये तकलीफ होता है. तो he says, तुमको ये तकलीफ होता है, दूसरे को तकलीफ नहीं होता है, दूसरा कोई कंप्लेन नहीं करता है, कुछ नहीं बोलता है. तो I said, उसका मतलब क्या है? क्या सब जन बन गया तो मैं भी बनना मांगता है?
After this futile effort, DeLima decided to complain to the local police.
When I wrote to the police, I was still scared. So I didn't go personally. I sent it by registered post. And I told the police, these are my fears that this will happen and that will happen and this will happen. And so you have to take care for all these things. But I suppose that that letter landed up in the waste paper basket. So the next year, 3-4 months ahead of their function, I told this Bablu chap or Chotu chap, I said, look, you're going to have your function. Can we come to a settlement? I'll meet you halfway. You meet me halfway. So he says, what? I said, look, don't use the loudspeakers and don't do cooking on the road. Right? You may occupy, although that is also breach of laws, but I'll close my eyes and my ears to that. If you just do this much, you can have it.
Unfortunately, Dilima's effort went unheeded. He decided to meet the police in order to pressurize them, but citing its sensitivity, they skirted the issue.
Religious thing is a delicate issue, no doubt, though it is illegal, legal, that is a border case, and so far it is continuously going on some years together. Traditionally things were going on. When certain things religious were traditionally going on, discontinue certain things suddenly, it creates problem. It hurts the feeling of any community or the person's religions. That was the idea. We wanted to avoid the conflict between the two religions and the.
In one of the religious functions, Ismail Makwana was felicitated.
जो फंक्शन के समय में मुझे बुलाया था तो एक पॉलिटिशियन के हिसाब से नहीं, एक यहाँ का, जब मैंने ये गुलजार कमेटी फॉर्म किया था तो उस फॉर्म के हिसाब से, फॉर्म करने के हिसाब से जब मैंने उसकी बुनियाद डाली थी तो उसका सम्मान करने के लिए मुझे स्टेज पे बुलाया गया था और मेरा फूल हार किया था और मुझे ये जो शाल आती है, कपड़े की जो चादर आती है, वो पहनाकर मेरा बहुमान किया था, मतलब कि रिस्पेक्ट और इज्जत दिया था।
ये धार्मिक शोर नहीं है, बल्कि ये गलत तरीका है और इस्लाम में इसकी इजाज़त नहीं देती। ये किसी इस्लामी उसूल का उसूल नहीं है, ये अपनी ज़ाती फ़ेल है, इससे इस्लाम का कोई ताल्लुक़ नहीं। जैसे आजकल संदलों में लोग ढोल बजाते हैं, ताशे बजाते हैं, नाचते हैं, ये सब गैर इस्लामी तरीका है।
Getting the neighbors to break their silence was the only option left for Dilima to convince the police that he was not waging a personal battle. Thus, he undertook a signature campaign which some 60 neighbors confirmed.
In any particular social activities we say, either you do a good thing. If you can't do that, at least you help somebody who is doing a good thing.
Soon, it resulted in a visit of a delegation of the committee led by Vincent Montero, the local beatman of the DN Nagar Peacekeeping Mohalla Committee.
मैं पहला उनके पास गया, उनको बोला कि भाई आपके कास्ट वाले हैं, आपके क्रिश्चियन माइनॉरिटी के लोग हैं, आप जाके उनको समझाइए कि ऐसा क्यों किसी के रिलीजन में या मज़हब में आप कंप्लेंट करते हो। इससे कोई पब्लिक नाराज़गी होगी, मोहल्ले वाले नाराज़ होंगे कि एक 20 साल से जो फंक्शन चल रहा है उसको चलने दो।
He says, I've come to you to make a request. I said, what? Allow them to hold the function. I said, me? Allow them? Am I the authority? I said, it's the police who decides whether they'll have the function or they won't have the function. So you go to them. No, we have gone to them. And then Mr. Kupsare says that if Dilima allows you, you can hold the function. I said, it's very nice of Mr. Kupsare. I am terribly honored that he has given me the authority that belongs to him. But unfortunately, I cannot use it.
Almost as a habit, Dilima documented every word exchanged on the issue and sent it to one and all who mattered. This time, to Ajay Kaul too, the Mohalla Committee facilitator of Andheri area. Fearing a communal tension, Kaul immediately called for a meeting.
You know what Ajay Kaul tells me? Mr. Dilima, this is a religious thing, you see, so you cannot object to it. They can hold it. They don't need anybody's permission and all that things. I said, Mr. Kaul, let me correct you. Permission is required for everything in a public space except funerals. Only for funerals, no. I said, either you are totally ignorant of all the laws or you have a dangerous disregard for laws. You know, after the discussions, Mr. Feroz Muhammad appears to have got the message. And you know what he said? He says, okay, he says, you know, if these things are causing problems to people and they are disturbing people and inconveniencing and harassing them, he says, we will for that reason stop our function. He was prepared to stop it. You know what was Ajay Kaul's reaction? No, you don't stop it. You need not stop it. This is religion. You got a right to do it. What do you think of that? Is this promoting communal harmony? Or is it encouraging communalism, religious fanaticism, fundamentalism? This is the way the Mohalla Committee works, by telling victims of this religious terrorism that for the sake of peace, you accept it, you bear it, you tolerate it. Is that genuine peace or the peace of the graveyard?
De Lima, as usual, conveyed every word exchanged to all, and this time sent a copy to Julio Ribeiro too, the founder of the Mohalla Committee. Finding no response from him, he decided to see him personally at one of their monthly meetings.
I gave a little note for Mr. Ribeiro why I had come. You know, as soon as he saw that on the table, when he flared up, he got so annoyed. He said, why do you come to the Mohalla Committee? We are not concerned with this thing. This is a law and order problem. You must take it up with the police. I told him, well said, Mr. Ribeiro. All these years I have been sending you letters. What have you done with them? No, I just filed them. Exactly. Didn't you realize it was a law and order problem? And that your Mohalla Committee had turned it into a communal problem? There is your man, Ajay Kaul, sitting there. Ask him. And he just puts his head down with a sheepish grin. He has not a word coming out of him. Ask him, I said, at least now, will he have the guts, I said, to rectify matters and tell the lawbreakers to behave themselves? There's no answer from Ajay Kaul or from Ribeiro. And Satish Sani, who is the co-founder of this Mohalla Committee Trust, put in a word. He says, yes, he says, we have made a mistake, he says, we have made a blunder.
Since then, officially the Mohalla Committee stopped its interference, but the issue remained unresolved. De Lima realized he would have to bite if he has to instill a fear of the law in the law enforcers and the lawbreakers.
I began to inquire with my friends who are in the law. What are the laws, specific, laws that are being violated by so and so actions? The IPC or the Bombay Police Act or the BMC Act or the Criminal Procedure Code or the Environment Protection Act.
He began quoting the laws getting violated by the use of loudspeakers and also by the police inaction in his letters to all. Feeling the heat, the police started to warn the committee to desist from holding the function. The committee in turn decided to seek political sanction to use the loudspeaker for their function.
खाली एक टाइम मैं कृपा सिंह शंकर के पास गया था, जो उन्होंने मेरे को लिख के दिया था कि भाई इनको आधा घंटा बढ़ा के दो। वो डीसीपी को लिखा था। जब हम लोग खूबसूरत साहब के पास में आए तो खूबसूरत साहब बोलते कि भाई ये मेरे को नहीं लिखा है, ये डीसीपी को लिखा है, तो आप उनके पास में जाओ। तो अब एक दिन में हम लोग कहाँ भागेंगे?
हाँ, सिग्नेचर मेरे हैं।
But my lawyers told me, since the DCP has ignored his suggestion, your case will not stand. Otherwise, I would have prosecuted even Kripa Shankar Singh. I had sent out all the notices as required to the ministry, to the governor, to the president, everybody. One night at about 11:30, there was a banging of stones and gates and sticks and all in filthy language. So my bedroom's on top. I looked out. There was a big mob standing there at my gate using the filthiest language. My wife came to the window, both of us. My children were asleep. I never said a word, I just came down. I came down, I opened my front door and I walked out. I said, yes, what do you want? As soon as I said that, they turned tail and ran.
अभी ऐसा पत्थरबाजी ऐसी बात है कि अभी ये मोहल्ले के लड़के हैं, क्योंकि ये लोग क्रिकेट खेलते हैं उसके दरवाजे के पास में साइड में, तो ये क्या करता है कि सबको भगाता है वहाँ से. अब बच्चे हैं छोटे, कोई गुस्से में आके मार दिया होगा तो उसमें पड़ेगा क्या कसूर उसमें.
I walked to the police station, to Ashok Kupsare, and I told him this. He was good enough to immediately call these people and warn them that if any harm comes to Delima, you will be responsible. Because he knew that now Delima means business.
In 1998, Delima joined CitySpace, an NGO, and came into contact with an activist lawyer, Raju More, who offered to help him on an honorary basis.
He had meticulously maintained files of each and every letter, receipt. In fact, every letter was copied to various authorities. Every authority's endorsement was taken. So the files were maintained meticulously by him. Regarding the photographs also, he had already done a lot of legwork. I only guided him as to what is the ammunition required by me to fire this gun in the court. So I told him that let us take this thing through the media and see the response.
Unfortunately, the poor response from the English press and the readers made them opt for vernacular newspapers. But only the Lok Satta responded.
5th of January 2001. And suddenly my phone started ringing from 7 o'clock in the morning. It went on continuously ringing. I had no rest. People are complaining. I must have received over a period of say 2 months or so, at least 500 calls. But out of those 500 calls, 50 people were only prepared to write to me and sign their names to that complaint. Of course, more than 50 wrote, but the others, say another 50 or so, were anonymous.
Ironically, one of the victims today includes Ismail Makwana himself.
ये पानेरी के शोरूम के मालिक ने यहाँ पे 16 एयर कंडीशन मशीन लगाई है, जिसके वजह से उसकी गर्मी यहाँ आ रही है, न्यूसेंस हो रहे हैं. और मेरे जो 6 टेनेंट्स है उसमें 4 टेनेंट्स बीमार है, जिसको दम की बीमारी है, हार्ट अटैक की बीमारी है, ब्लड प्रेशर की बीमारी है.
इतना आवाज आता है, शोर से मगज पागल हो जाता है मेरा तो.
In spite of being a victim himself, Makwana refuses to draw parallel with Delima's problem.
ये जो फंक्शन, जो मजहबी धार्मिक फंक्शन होता था, वो साल में सिर्फ एक ही बार होता है और वो फंक्शन सिर्फ 1 घंटा ही रहता है, 1 घंटे से 1.5 घंटे तक ही रहता है और उससे किसी को न्यूसेंस या किसी को तकलीफ आने का सवाल ही नहीं होता है.
With the function once again approaching fast, More advised Delima to file a criminal writ petition instead of a public interest litigation.
We felt that since our focus was inaction by the police to a great extent, if we would have activated the criminal side of the High Court, they are always administratively better placed to give directions to the police.
When the hearing started for admission, the police and of course the Gulzar Niyaz committee tried their best to make sure that the court did not admit my case. They made me look like a communalist.
The Gulzar Niyaz committee carried out their own signature campaign, making almost all of Delima's signatories sign up with them too. Delima was left alone.
जो सिग्नेचर किए थे लोग, हम उनके घर पे गए, उनको बताए कि साहब देखो ये डिलीमा साहब ने जो लेटर भेजा उसमें आपकी सिग्नेचर है, आपको क्या तकलीफ है, आपने ये साइन क्यों किया. तो उन्होंने ये कहा कि बोला भाई कि साइन हम लोग को मालूम नहीं और हमको गलत तरीके से ये साइन कराया गया है.
I mean, people like me, at least I can't. I would prefer to be non-confront. I don't want to confront. It is better that way.
Among the signatories was Vincent Montero, the local Mohalla beatman.
He is signing saying that he agrees with the unlawful activities being carried out.
In his affidavit to the court explaining the non-implementation of the rules, Senior Inspector Ashok Khupsure described Dilima as the man out to create trouble, not only in Andheri and Mumbai, but in the whole of India.
I don't say, I never said like a dangerous man. On the contrary, it is a good action he is taking. He is making everyone alert. You are making about it. I never said it. He is a good man who has at least initiated action about the thing. I appreciate that.
And I wasn't fighting the Muslims. I was fighting the breach of laws and not any community. If it was my own community was holding such functions there, I would be the first to oppose them. As I did tell them that they must stop the midnight mass, and I became a black sheep in my own community for telling them the truth.
The Gulzar Niyaz Committee wasted no time in accusing others of encouraging competitive assertiveness between communities.
तो जब रात को ये लोग जो नमाज पढ़ते हैं क्रॉस के सामने, जो फोटो जो हम लोग ने दिखाया है आपको, तो ये लोग भी करते हैं, ये लोग भी करते हैं, जो खड़ा रह के बाकायदा लोग नमाज पढ़ रहे हैं वो रास्ते प्लेस के ऊपर.
Now this competition is actually they are wanting to show their clout, their power, and how they can defy the authorities, all in the name of religion. This is encouraged by the politicians, because the politicians find there is a vote bank here, and of course the organizers also have got their vested interest, because they want to show either their communal strength or there is money in it, say, to be made. So if this is not stopped, every day there is going to be something, and every day there is something in some locality of Mumbai.
The court rejected Khupsure's affidavit and instead asked the then Commissioner of Mumbai Police, M.N. Singh, to do the explaining.
There was a very big meeting in Mantralaya, presided over by the Deputy Chief Minister and the Home Minister, where so many MLAs of all parties and all these leaders of the organizations connected with the Navratri festival celebrations and Dashara festival, Ganpati festival, they were all making hue and cry. Having failed on all fronts, they said, you just turn your face the other side and overlook it. And I had to tell the government at that time that it would not be possible for me to grant permission beyond 10 p.m. because there is a rule and there is a directive from the High Court that these rules must be enforced.
As M.N. Singh filed his affidavit, vowing to go strictly by the law, Dilima's case was admitted. Soon after, for a pre-Muharram 10-day function at one of the busiest junctions close to Dilima's house, a stage was set up with loudspeakers tied to the lampposts, as was the practice for so many years.
As soon as I saw that, I rang up DN Nagar. I said, what is that there? So the inspector told me that no, we will not allow them to use the loudspeaker beyond 10 p.m. I said, damn the loudspeakers. Is it legal to put up a stage blocking a footpath? Is it legal to put up horn type loudspeakers on public lamppost? Tell me. I said, look, your commissioner has filed that affidavit saying he'll go as per the laws. Tomorrow I am taking photographs of this. And I said, if it is not removed, I will sue your commissioner for contempt of court. Next day I took the photographs. After taking the photographs that evening, the stage was cut to half. There was passage kept on the footpath, whereas it used to block the entire thing. Half it was opened. The loudspeakers were removed.
Among the first to congratulate Dilima was one Abdul Hamid. Recognition followed with Dignity Foundation and City Space felicitating Dilima. Neera Punj, the City Space convener, at one point asked Dilima to lay off, as she felt dead activists are of no use to the cause.
I thought his intensity was a bit more than normal. The intensity of his emotions, they were, they were burning him out rather than fueling him. Intensity of emotion is what makes us do what we do. the activists are working towards something with, with a certain emotional desire to bring a better city about. I need that rage, I need that anger, I need that love for my city to fire me up on daily basis. But once it turns into a rage, it is destructive. So at that point, I had said to Mr. De Lima, don't go flip over, stay, and make sure you stay here for a long time.
Like every good story with a twist in the tail, the government retracted, granting 15 days exemption to extend the deadline of 10 p.m. to midnight during festivals and religious celebrations.
There was no draft, no objections invited, no participation of anybody at all. The rules were notified on the second last night of Navratri, and they were immediately put into effect. So nobody had a chance to object or to do anything except record that there has been, as a direct result of these rules, there has been a violation of the Parent Rule and the Parent Act, which is the Environment Protection Act.
Take what happened in the Gokulashtami, the Ganpati. What is that? What happened? Public roads were closed. People were made to suffer for hours together. Matkas were being broken on main thoroughfares. The aratis were being performed on main thoroughfares. Public was harassed, nuisance. What is the police doing? Protecting those people who are breaking the laws, as they did in my case.
Towards the end of the filming of this documentary, Ismail Makwana, finding himself helpless in his fight against noise pollution, approached De Lima for help, but still without a tinge of guilt for creating a similar problem for De Lima.
Good thing about this whole thing, he is Christian, I am Muslim, Dr. Oak is Hindu. Now you can't say that any one of us is against the other. We are from 3 different communities. None of us is saying that our community is right and his community is wrong. We are all saying the same thing, that we are against noise, we are not against anybody. And I think when the 3 separate communities make the same statement, then that becomes a strong statement.